Today guys, I'm going to be showing you the 30 best pickaxes in Fortnite for 2024. It is so insane that we are in a brand new year of Fortnite. We just started chapter 5 and this is going to be one of the best chapters of all time. But in this video, I'm going to show you the best pickaxes you want to use in this brand new year of Fortnite. This list is going to include Tryhard Pickaxes, sweaty pickaxes, underrated pickaxes, and of course some of the newest pickaxes in the game as well. So make sure you guys watch all the way through and let me know which pickaxe you are using today in the comments down below. If you are new as well, make sure to go down, hit the like button and the subscribe button, and you might have a chance to win a free battle pass. But let's just get straight into it, guys. And starting us off in the number 30 position is the Poes Regret. These were part of the chapter 5 battle pass, and these are actually designed for the Oscar skin. These are dual-handed pickaxes, so I don't know how tryhard they're going to become in the future, but I'm honestly a really big fan of these. I think the design is really sick, and they could definitely become some of the more popular pickaxes that we do see, especially in season 1. It's going to be interesting to see if these do stay popular for the rest of the year, and especially for the rest of chapter 5 as well. But honestly, we're just gonna have to wait and see. There are definitely some better pickaxes from this battle pass as well, and we might talk about them very soon. But let's move on to all of the katanas in Fortnite. Now, we just have way too many katanas in Fortnite to name every single one. There are definitely some that I prefer over other ones though. Personally, I feel like Michonne's katana is one of the best. It was also one of the first katanas that we had in the game as well, so I feel like a lot of people prefer that one as well. I just like all of the katanas. They are really simplistic. A lot of them have a custom animation as well, but a lot of them are also part of collabs. They don't really feature in the store as often as some of the other pickaxes we're going to be talking about very soon. Because they are collab items as well, a lot of them do end up being quite expensive though, so if you guys don't already have them, you might actually have to wait a while in order to get them again. But let's move on to one pickaxe that is a lot cheaper, and this is going to be the Skully Scepter. The Skully Scepter is pretty much a remake of the Star Wand. This is cheaper and maybe not as tryhard, but definitely looks just as good. You can get this for only 500 V-Bucks, which is so insane. I feel like Fortnite really messed up here though by not making this an edit style for the original Star Wand. If it was just an edit style, a lot more people would be using it today. It has just been one of the most popular pickaxes in the game, so if Fortnite had have introduced this as an edit style for that pickaxe, then naturally a lot more people would be using it. But because this is a whole other pickaxe, people probably just didn't want to spend the additional money on a pickaxe that looks pretty similar to the Star Wand. I actually do like this though. I think there are some amazing combos that you can make with this, but it probably isn't as clean as our next pickaxe, which is the Spectral axe. It has definitely been one of the best pickaxes we have ever seen. It is so underrated as well. I feel like not too many people really understand how good this pickaxe actually is, but as you guys can see in the gameplay right now, if you are using a skin like Glitch, then it's just going to match up so perfectly, and this could easily be one of the sweatiest combos in the game. I'm just a huge fan of the way this looks. I've loved this pickaxe since it was first introduced, but honestly, since it is such an OG pickaxe, I feel like people just don't really want to buy some of them anymore, and probably prefer to buy some of the newest items that we do have in the game. Another pickaxe that was added to the game around the same time as this though has to be the Throwback axe. Now, what makes this so different from every other pickaxe that we do have in the game is that this is the chapter 1 default pickaxe. I honestly think that is so cool. It was pretty much Tfue that made this popular and tryhard back during chapter 1, but as we move through the chapters, this has also stayed popular and tryhard because Fortnite introduced this to the item shop for free. Yes guys, you could literally get this for free. I think that was such a cool touch. We haven't really seen too many other pickaxes being added to the game that are completely free, so I do love the way that Fortnite handled this, and I feel like this is something that they should do more often. Obviously, we do get some free pickaxes each year, whether that's around Easter or around Winterfest, but we never really just get random item shop pickaxes that are added to the game completely for free. The Throwback axe has of course started to die off a little bit just since it has literally been in the game since day 1. It's now like more than 6 years old, which is just so insane, but something that is a lot more recent would have to be Gohan's Beast Blade. This is an anime themed pickaxe that not too many people know about, but I promise you, if you do end up using it today, you are going to absolutely love the way this looks. I think it is such an amazing pickaxe. It just looks so clean, but it isn't going to work with every single skin. It does have a little bit of a darker theme to it, so I feel like skins that do have some of those darker colors on their uniforms or their costumes are going to work best with this. So skins like Siren are going to look absolutely incredible with this pickaxe, but you could always try out some different combos with this as well, and make sure to let me know what you guys think of this in in the comments down below. Because it is a crossover pickaxe though, we just don't know how often this is going to reappear in the store. So if you do want to use something that has been added to the game more recently, then I feel like the Love Lawn is a better choice. Unfortunately though, the Love Lawn was part of a bundle, and even though this did set you back only $4, we just have no idea if this is ever going to be added back to the game. I would love for this to be added back though. It is one of my favorite all-time pickaxes. I mean, this is basically identical to the Axe of Champions, which is literally the most tryhard pickaxe in the history of the game. So when Fortnite added something to the game that was pretty much identical and only cost $4, I think that was such a good addition. It was a really underrated pickaxe though. I feel like not too many people really knew this exists, and that was pretty much because it was part of a bundle. If this was just added to the item shop as a regular pickaxe, then a lot more people would be using it today. But if you guys did miss out on buying it when it was first added to the game during Chapter 4, hopefully it does get added in Chapter 5 and you guys can pick this up very, very soon. Let's move on though to one of the funniest looking pickaxes on this list, and this is the giant Nutcracker. Yes guys, we had to include a little bit of a meme pickaxe on this list. The giant Nutcracker was added to the game during Chapter 4 with the Futurama collab. I never expected a Futurama collab to be added to Fortnite. I feel like a lot of people have wanted a Simpsons collab to be added to the game for such a long time, but Futurama was probably one of the more unexpected ones. I think this is such a clean pickaxe though. I absolutely love the way it looks, and it is so unique and different to every other pickaxe we have ever seen before, and that just makes this even better. Usually if we do have custom pickaxes added to the game with collabs, they probably don't get the popularity that they deserve, especially compared to regular item shop pickaxes, but the giant Nutcrackers are really clean, so hopefully by me talking about them enough, you guys do end up picking them up as well. Let's move on to a pickaxe that is a lot newer, and this is Mikeys Nunchucks. This is a pickaxe that was designed for all of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle skins. I think this is such an amazing pickaxe. I'm always a fan of the big collab items that do get added to the game, and since this is one of the most recent ones, I thought we had to include it on the list. I don't know how tryhard these are going to become. I think what a lot of pros and streamers are going to love about them is that these are some of the smallest pickaxes in the game, but sometimes a lot of pros and streamers want to use pickaxes that have a default swing animation. But what is unique about this is that this has a pickaxe animation like we have never seen before. You swing them in a really cool way. I'm a huge fan of this, but again, I feel like we will see more casual players using them than pros and streamers. Let's move on though guys, and next up we have Steve's Bat. Steve's Bat was added to Fortnite during Chapter 4 Season 5 or Season OG with the latest Stranger Things collab. I never expected Fortnite to collab with Stranger Things again. We obviously had a collaboration back during Chapter 1 that introduced Chief, Hopper, and of course the Demogorgon to the game, but these had only featured in the item shop for like 1 or 2 days back during Chapter 1 and hadn't been seen since. So when we had another Stranger Things update being introduced, I never really expected them to reappear in the store, but they did, and that was a really cool touch. Along with the 11 skin, we did get Steve's Bat and Eddie's Spear as a pickaxe as well. I honestly think Steve's Bat is the better one. It does remind me a little bit of the Harley Hitter, and it does have a custom animation as well, which just makes it even better. So if you guys are a fan of Stranger Things or just collab pickaxes in Fortnite, then you're going to absolutely love the way this looks. We've already mentioned a few collab pickaxes, so we may as well talk about another one, and this is the Rihanna Man arm. This is one of the funniest pickaxes I think we are ever going to see in Fortnite. It was part of the Invincible collab that we saw during Chapter 4 Season 5, and this just has to be one of the coolest pickaxes in the history of the game. I mean, with a lot of these anime franchises, it can actually be quite hard to find pickaxes that sort of suit their characters. I feel like not a lot of these characters, especially from Invincible, really use many items outside of just their powers, so it would be really hard to design pickaxes for them, but the Rihanna Man arm is really cool. I actually really like the way this looks. I think Invincible is also an amazing show, and given that it is one of the most popular shows in the world right now, I feel like more people are going to be using this in the future. Hopefully these items do get added back to the store in the future. Obviously they did appear in the store during Season OG, but now that the second part of Season 2 will be coming out in a few weeks time, hopefully Fortnite do add these back to the store, and you guys can pick these up if you haven't already got them. We need to move on though, and next up we have the Trusty number 2. 2. This is definitely a more traditional tryhard pickaxe. This is also one of the oldest pickaxes on this list because it was first introduced during Chapter 1, Season 3. You can actually get this in the Battle Pass for 950 V-Bucks. I think it is one of my favorite pickaxes of all time, and also one of the first ones I managed to buy. It is just such a clean pickaxe because it is really simplistic as well. It's going to fit in with all of your favorite skins, so regardless of if you are using Siren, the Reaper, Caper, or even Dynamo, I feel like it's going to fit it perfectly. We did see this becoming a lot more popular again because Season OG was just such a big hit, and a lot of OG players came back to the game for the first time in years, so hopefully that momentum carries forward into Chapter 5, and hopefully this stays popular as well. That takes us to the number 18 position, guys, and we have the Bad Joke. I've definitely talked about the Bad Joke a few times on my channel before. This is added to the game with the Last Laugh bundle, so it is actually one of the more expensive pickaxes on this list, coming in at around $40. I'm still a huge fan of this. I think the Bad Joke is such a clean pickaxe, and definitely one of the coolest DC pickaxes that we have in the game. Obviously, a lot of collab pickaxes do die down quite quickly, so when Fortnite introduces a collab pickaxe in a bundle, it is even more rare. I don't remember the last time I saw someone using the Bad Joke, but if you guys do have it, I really hope you guys do try it out. It is just such a fun pickaxe to use. It makes a very, very big meme sound as well, so if you are a more casual or just a meme player, you are going to absolutely love this. I don't know how many tryhard players are going to use this in the future, but if you are a tryhard player, I would still give this a go, and let me know in the comments down below. One pickaxe that has started to drop off a little bit though would have to be the Vision. This is definitely a big meme pickaxe, but it can also be quite a tryhard pickaxe as well. I feel like when it was first added, it was definitely one of the more tryhard items that we had in the game. So many people were using this, and it just looks so clean. I would have loved to see some different colors for this though. I feel like that is the only thing that is holding this pickaxe back, but regardless, it is still one of my all-time most used pickaxes and something that I still recommend people buy today. For 800 V-Bucks though, I feel like there are definitely some more popular and better pickaxes to buy, but if you don't already have this and you already own a lot of other pickaxes, then this might be something that you want to look at. It's going to fit in with pretty much every single skin in your locker as well. Even if you are using something like Thanos or even the Master Chief skin, I feel like Vision is actually going to work quite well with this. That takes us through to the number 16 position, and we have the Ember pick. This is also included in Chapter 5 Season 1's Battle Pass. I'm a huge fan of this. I think the Ember pick has a really unique design. It is unlike anything we have really ever seen before, and it does fit every single playstyle of Fortnite. If you are a tryhard player, if you are a casual player, or even if you are just a brand new player to Fortnite, chances are you're going to like the way this pickaxe looks. It's going to fit in with all of your favorite skins as well, which just makes it even better, but I feel like it still works best with the Valeria skin, which is the skin that this was designed for. But let's go back to an OG pickaxe, guys, and this is the Studded Axe. Now, even though this is an OG pickaxe, it definitely hasn't dropped off in popularity at all. It is one of the most used pickaxes in Fortnite today, and that is because it is one of the sweatiest pickaxes we are ever going to see. Now, whether it is sweaty because of the design, we aren't really sure. I feel like this is a really well-designed pickaxe. I love the way it looks, and it is going to work with all of your favorite skins, but more often than not, this is known as a tryhard pickaxe because it makes almost no sound when you swing it. It is literally the quietest pickaxe in the history of the game, and even though Fortnite have claimed that they have fixed this and made the sound a lot louder for this, it still seems like it is one of the quietest pickaxes in the game, and since a lot of pros and streamers want to use items that are going to reduce their sound as much as possible, this is just one that has been extremely popular. If I had to pick a Chapter 1 pickaxe to use though, I feel like the Cold Snap might just be a little bit better. Now, this is one of the more underrated pickaxes in the game. It was underrated for such a long time, but sort of shot up in popularity during Chapter 4 Season 4 and Season 5 when Clix got his very own locker bundle finally added to the game. We had been waiting for Clix to get a locker bundle for such a long time. He is one of the most influential Fortnite players we have still playing the game today. He regularly gets over 10,000 people watching him every single time he streams, which just shows you guys how popular he actually is. So whenever we got his locker bundle, I think whatever item he managed to include with this was almost going to become popular and tryhard overnight. The Cold Snap is a really good choice though. This was a pickaxe that he was using back during Chapter 1, so it definitely is a pickaxe that means a lot to him, and it does fit in really well with his main combo, which was with the Sparkplug skin. I love the way this looks though, and hopefully this does stay popular and tryhard during Chapter 5 as well. That takes us though to the number 13 position, and we have War Woman's Mace. This was the second pickaxe added to the game with the Invincible Glab during Season OG of Fortnite. Even though we are now in Chapter 5, I still think this is an amazing pickaxe pickaxe. It just looks so clean, and it does also fit in with a bunch of your favorite skins as well. Even though this isn't one of the more try-hard pickaxes in the game today, I feel like the design is good enough that we had to mention this on the list. It can work with a bunch of different styles of skins, so regardless of if you are a try-hard player, or more casual player, or just a meme player, this is going to be a pickaxe that you are going to love. It can also work with a bunch of different skins as well, which just makes it even better, but it probably won't be as try-hard as something like the Star Wand. I mean, I'm pretty surprised that this is coming in at the number 12 position, and I'm sure you guys are surprised as well, but it has started to drop off since this has just been one of the most popular and try-hard pickaxes in the history of the game. I mean, we just have so many amazing pickaxes in the game now that I feel like the Star Wand has started to drop off a little bit. I mean, that sort of does happen when you've had an item in the game for like 4 or 5 years and pretty much it's been popular that entire time. People are just going to be a little bit sick of it. I would love to see some more edit styles for this as well. We sort of talked about this earlier with the Skully scepter, and since that is sort of an unofficial edit style, I think it would be really cool if Fortnite actually added in an official edit style for this pickaxe. That takes us through to the number 11 position, guys, and we have the Driver. The Driver is such an underrated pickaxe now in Fortnite, and even though it has been extremely popular in the past, I think it is underrated today because we just don't see that many people using it. I mean, back during Chapter 1 and Chapter 2, this is probably one of the most used pickaxes in the game, but similar to the Star Wand, because it has just been in Fortnite for such a long time, people want to use some of the newest items in the game. It is hard to find a pickaxe that is better than this though. It's going to fit in with literally every single skin in your locker and make it extremely try-hard as well. It isn't just going to show people that you are a casual player, but I feel like this does show people that you are a try-hard. We have seen a bunch of pros and streamers starting to use it again, so hopefully it can get its popularity back, but we're just going to have to wait and see what happens. One pickaxe that doesn't really need to get any more popularity though is Leon's combat knife. I feel like this might have actually taken popularity away from the Driver because it is one of the newest pickaxes in the game and it just looks so incredible. You can get this for only 500 V-Bucks as well, so it is the same price as the Driver, but it is actually one of the smallest pickaxes in the game, which is what a lot of pros absolutely love and also what a lot of pros want to use with their combo. They don't want to use pickaxes that are going to take up a lot of their screen, which is why you guys are seeing some of the smallest pickaxes in the game being listed in this video, but I still think this is really clean and definitely one of my favorite items. We have had a few other items similar to this being added to the game as well. We obviously had the original combat knife, but that was a lot more expensive, and that is why I feel like the Leon's combat knife is the best choice. But let's move forward though, guys, and coming in at the number 9 position, we have the Vault Guardian. The Vault Guardian is one of my all-time favorite pickaxes. It does only set you back 500 V-Bucks, which is so good considering this is one of the best pickaxes in the game. If you were grinding at Fortnite, you might have even been able to get this for free. Back during Chapter 4 Season 1, there was a heist update or a vault update, and there was a mini battle pass in this where you could just complete some challenges and actually get this for free. If you were like me though and just wanted to buy your way through it and didn't want to grind out all the challenges, then you could have done that as well. But now this does actually feature in the item shop quite a bit, so even if you weren't playing Fortnite back during Chapter 4 Season 1, you can still buy this pretty often in the store. I feel like it does feature in the store about once every month, and that is really good, especially when some of the other crowbars haven't featured in the store since Chapter 1. So if you do want something that looks like the original crowbar, but just for a lot cheaper, then the Vault Guardian is going to be absolutely perfect for you. Another pickaxe that might be perfect is going to be the Banana Splitter. This is a little bit different to most of the other pickaxes we've already talked about. I feel like we've mentioned a bunch of try-hard pickaxes, but this is a little bit more suited for the meme players. This actually came to the game with the Adventure Peely skin. I think it is such an amazing pickaxe. We've already seen a few pros and streamers using this already in Chapter 5 as well, and I feel like that momentum is only going to continue in 2024. I love the way this looks. It actually fits in with more skins than you might think, and I feel like this is really only scratching the surface for how good this pickaxe could become in the future. Let's move forward, guys, to the number 7 position, and we have the Icebreaker. This is a 500 V-Buck pickaxe in Fortnite, and this has been in the game since Chapter 1 Season 1. Even though we've talked about some pickaxes dropping off in popularity because they have been in the game since the very beginning, the Icebreaker is a little bit of an exception to the rule. I mean, this has been in the game pretty much since it started, but it has always been popular and it has always been try-hard as well. It's hard to find a pickaxe that has done that. I honestly think this might be the only one in the history of the game that has stayed popular and try-hard since the game first started, but if you guys know of any others, make sure to let me know down below. This is going to work with all of your favorite skins pretty much the same as the Driver does, this. I feel like these pickaxes are very similar, and usually a lot of pros and streamers will go from using the driver to the star wand and then to the icebreaker. It's going to match all of your favorite skins, which just makes this even better. So it is one pickaxe that I highly recommend you guys buy as well. The only other pickaxe that I can think of that might be more popular and tryhard than this, that was also added to the game during season 1 of chapter 1, is the candy axe. This is the only pickaxe in the game that I can think of that might be as popular and as tryhard as this. It is a lot more expensive though, coming in at 1,500 V-Bucks, which probably isn't worth it for a pickaxe with only one style. It was one of the first ever animated pickaxes in the game as well. The more eliminations you get, the more little light bulbs actually light up on this pickaxe, which is a really cool touch. I've been a huge fan of this pretty much since it was first introduced to the game, and even though it is quite expensive, I still bought it because I think it looks really clean. We did also get a sort of second style added for this, which is the Merry Mint, and even though that is a completely different pickaxe, it is still pretty much based on this original design. Another pickaxe that we could actually talk about though is the Reaper. This was also added to Fortnite during chapter 1 season 1. You could pick this up for 800 V-Bucks, so it was quite cheap, especially compared to the candy axe, but I feel like it has started to drop off in popularity a lot and definitely isn't as tryhard as it used to be. Fortnite actually had the opportunity to make this one of the more tryhard and rare items in the history of the game. Back when the Ghoul Trooper and the Skull Trooper featured in the store for the first time, we actually had the Reaper pickaxe featuring in the store as well, and ever since those skins were since Fortnite added in exclusive edit styles for those skins before adding them back to the store, they could have easily done this with the Reaper as well. I mean, it would have been really cool to see a Reaper pickaxe with a purple glowing effect to it if you bought it all the way back during chapter 1 season 1, but as you guys know, they have added this to the store a bunch since then, and it is now one of the more popular pickaxes in the game, and probably not as tryhard as it once was. One pickaxe that is actually dropping off in popularity would have to be the Harley Hitter. It is still one of the most popular pickaxes in the game though, so we had to include it on the list. It is going to set you back 800 V-Bucks, so it is quite expensive, especially considering there is only one style, but I still think it is definitely worth buying. I would have loved to see an edit style for this pickaxe being added when we got the Rebirth Harley Quinn added to the game. We got an original style when the first Harley Quinn skin was added, but it would have been so cool to see a red color style for this added. That would have made this even more unique. It would have made you guys stand out a lot more as well, and would have made an already sweaty pickaxe even more tryhard. That could always be something they add in the future, but it doesn't look likely. But one pickaxe that really doesn't need any edit styles would have to be the Slasher. This is the pickaxe designed for the Michael Myers skin, and even though this is a Halloween exclusive pickaxe, it is just so good. We always get a lot of amazing items added to the game around Fortnite Mares, and this year was no exception. I think the Slasher was by far the best pickaxe that we saw being added to the game. So many people are loving this. It reminds me a lot of Leon's combat knife as well. It is really simplistic, it has a custom animation, and it is also one of the smallest pickaxes in the game, so if you guys are looking for a small pickaxe to use, then this is definitely something that I recommend. That takes us through to the number 2 position, guys, and we have the Scratcher. I mean, we just had to include the Scratcher on this list. It is the pickaxe designed for Peter Griffin, which is one of the coolest skins we've ever seen in the game, so it makes sense that this pickaxe is really good as well. I'm a huge fan of this. Even though this is going to work best with Peter Griffin, you can still use it with every other skin in your locker, and it is still going to make it look extremely good. It doesn't matter if you are a casual player, a noob, a tryhard player, or just brand new to Fortnite, you are going to like the way this pickaxe looks. It's going to fit in with all of your favorite skins as well, and you can make some amazing combos with this. I know this is going to stay popular for the rest of season 1, pretty much the rest of chapter 5 as well, and most likely for the rest of 2024, which is always really good. But unfortunately, it isn't good enough to be the best pickaxe in the game right now though, because that has to be the Leviathan axe. Yes guys, the Leviathan axe is still the most tryhard pickaxe that we have in the game today. So many people are still using this. It is only featured in the store once, and you can pick it up for 1,000 V-Bucks. It is so rare, but still so popular at the same time. It has been so tryhard as well since it was first introduced in chapter 2 season 5, and that is because this just looks so unique and so different to every other pickaxe we have ever seen. I mean, I don't think we we've ever seen a pickaxe like this before. It is a single-handed pickaxe, it has a custom animation, and it's also reactive and animated, which just makes it even better. We've seen a bunch of pros and streamers using this over the last few years, so if you guys don't already own it, I know you wish you could have this in your locker, and hopefully for you guys, it does get added back to the store soon. I know a lot of people never want this to return to the game, but it would be really cool to see this being added back, maybe with an exclusive style for all the people that did end up buying this back during Chapter 2, Season 5. But there you guys go, that is my list for the 30 best pickaxes in the game. Make sure to let me know which one is your favorite down in the comments below, and make sure to hit the subscribe button if you are new. Thank you guys so much for watching, and click on the video on your screen now.